So some of you guys might know, in Draven Empire, there's many houses, ranging from houses that are 20 million with an underground garage in a crazy 10,000 square foot living space, all the way to houses that are 300,000 to 500,000 price range, like the Delaney, for example, and also the Apollo. And in this video, we're going to be seeing the in-real-life versions of them and kind of just seeing where Draven Empire got the inspiration. So let's get straight to it. Starting off, we have the modern mega mansion right here, which is 20 million, 10,000 square feet, very big. You guys have probably already seen this house like a lot. All right, and here we are pulling up to the house. You guys probably already seen this a million times, but this house is insane. We can see right here we have 5 parking spots. You can just park your cars over here. But one of the craziest things about this car is the underground garage. I mean, this house is insane. Just 10,000 square feet. I don't even know. This might be like 12 parking spaces in total. Absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. Kind of do like a little walkthrough of the car and kind of compare it to like the in real life version, because there's actually a whole video of this like actual thing in real life. So it's actually very interesting. We can see right here we have a whole basement down here. Oh my god. Yeah, this is insane. This house is just absolutely crazy. We can also go up to the backyard real quick and see what it's like. Open up these doors real quick. And bro, we have a whole tennis court over here. And then right here on the side, not to mention, we have a pool. We're not gonna mind this being a little bit broken, but look at this, bro. We can just go into free cam and kind of see the actual size of this thing. This house looks insane. Easily the biggest house that we currently have in Draven Empire. But let's go ahead and see what it looks like in real life. All right, guys. So here we are, and there's literally a whole video on the thing. I mean, we could just react to it like a little bit. I'm not gonna have very much of the sound on, but look at this. This is literally the exact same thing, basically. Only thing that they changed is we don't have a basketball court, and that's pretty much it. Look at this. We can look at it. The layout is basically the exact same. This is where they got the inspiration from it. Let's just go ahead and skip right here. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. It is $45 million in real life. So, you know, price could have been a lot worse, but it is $20 million. We can see right there. It has the glass staircase and the basement that kind of leads down there. But man, this thing is beautiful, bro. Looks crazy. The rooftop deck, yep, same exact thing. And yeah, that is the actual in real life version of this $45 million mega mansion. Absolutely insane. Moving on, we have the $50 million Somerset Cottage, which is right here. I think this is 15 million. Yeah, 15 million. Yeah, it looks amazing. Look at this house, bro. This house is just insane. Let's go ahead and open up the garage right there. You could, you know, place your cars there. And just going through free cam real quick, just look at this. I mean, this is a huge house. I mean, the house itself is pretty big, but I'd definitely say like it has a lot of land too, actually, which is very nice. Basement down here, nice little campfire. We could see, kind of just scroll through the interior. Look at that. Definitely more like of a homey, but like a mansion type of thing. Very nice. Look at this. We could just, you know, scroll through this. This looks very nice. I mean, it looks like a big mansion, but you could definitely maybe have like some family or something over like this. So yeah, but let's actually go ahead and see what's the closest thing we can find to this in real life. All right, so I actually found an exact house. It's not the exact same, but it's very similar. We can see right here. Here we are scrolling down, and really what gets me about this is the, you know, the driveway is definitely not the same, but the actual like build of the house is so similar. It even has the balcony right here. Look at that. It's a very similar build. It doesn't have the same driveway, but it looks very similar, like, you know, architecture wise, like how it was actually built. It is very similar. I mean, look at this. It literally looks like the actual house that we have right now in Draven Empire. This is the closest thing which I found. As I did say, they take inspiration. They don't just take exact houses, but this just looks almost identical. I mean, just the shape of it. I mean, we could just go ahead and look at this one more time, and we could probably just do like a free cam side to side right now and kind of see like how similar it looks. You know, ignore like the driveway. It doesn't really have much of a driveway, but if we go ahead and just zoom out, kind of, you know, except this little thing that's connecting, I mean, besides that, it looks super similar. I mean, just imagine this is more like connected right here and doesn't have this little thing. I mean, it looks super similar in my opinion. It's kind of like the closest thing which I could actually find. There's really not like a house that actually has this, you know, like in real life, really. I mean, yeah, no like houses are really built like this, because I mean, it's just kind of like an awkward kind of design. But yeah, it's kind of like the closest thing that I could find. $6 million. And yes, move on to the next one. Moving on, we're just gonna keep going down here. I think this is $9 million, the Florence Mansion. And here we are for the next mansion. We have the famous Florence Mansion, probably one of the, you know, most famous, you know, houses actually in the game that a lot of people use and stuff. And yeah, this is 12 million, and we can see the layout of this thing is absolutely beautiful. It has a super big driveway. It has this fountain right here. Around the driveway, boom, takes you all the way up here. Then it has a garage on the side. I mean, I would actually want a house like this in real life. This would be like an actual dream house. Besides like the red bricks and stuff, this house looks insane. I mean, just look at this. It has high ceilings, has everything. I mean, what else could you really want? I mean, this house is absolutely beautiful. It's definitely like a modern house, but definitely a more, you know, like older touch at the same time. Let's actually go ahead and head inside and just look at the interior a little bit. Let's actually, you know, just analyze and kind of just look at everything. We can see right here, we have the little halls, very high ceilings I'm seeing. So just open this up. Dang, I haven't even been to this part. So we have a mirror right here, I'm assuming. We have this little C right here. Open this up. Oh my god, I haven't even seen this for real. Yo, look at this, bro. Very nice right there. What is this? Is this a toilet? Yeah, toilet. Right in here we have a bedroom. Very nice. Look at this. Then right here is where we have the, you know, like the outdoor area. You have the beautiful pool. We have a campfire right there. We can just go on free cam real quick and just kind of go quickly through some of the rooms also that we have. Boom, there's another room right there, a little, you know, smaller one. We have a bathroom right there. I'm assuming these are like closets. Oh no, these are like the halls and stuff. Yeah, look at this. We have a little laundry room in there. The kitchen is very, very nice. Look at that. Amazing. But let's actually go ahead and try and find the real life version, or, you know, the most closest thing we can get to this in real life. All right, so here we are before. As I did say, it's not exact houses all the time. It's kind of inspiration, but we could see right here, this has kind of like the red tile on the top, the red, I forget what you call it, but like, you know, the red roofing. And we could see it's kind of like a mix of styles. Like, look, for example, it's a mix of both of these kind of. We could see right here how it has kind of like, you know, the little like round thing, and it has a fountain. So it's kind of like an inspiration of a bunch of these. Like, look, this looks a lot like it also, but it's just a bunch of inspiration. So it's kind of the style for this, I guess you could call it, is Mediterranean revival architecture. That's kind of what it is. You know, some of the driveways are different, but it's kind of like this. Just imagine like a fountain right here in the middle. So this looks super nice and very similar. Just doesn't have the fountain, so we could, you know, like go over here, open this in a new tab real quick, and we can see with this other picture, it's kind of like a mix of the both with the fountains and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of the in real life version of the $9 million house in Java Empire. Moving on, we have the Cambridge Mansion, which is 9 million. So sorry, this one's 12 million, this one's 9 million. I think I said it was 12 million. No, it is not 12 million. They've been changing the prices around like a lot of these, but here we have the famous Cambridge Mansion. Dang, bro, I remember when this was like, you know, 5 million back then, and this was like my first mansion I bought. I was so happy, but then I regretted it like a week later because, bro, I had no money left after, and I barely used the house after like a month. But hey, I absolutely love this mansion. Very, very cool. We could see the style of it. To me, it kind of looks like a Florida mansion. We could see because of the palm trees right here. That's what it reminds me a lot of, to be honest. But look at this. Super, super nice. This is basically like a nice, modern, cozy house. Really gives me Florida vibes, kind of. And yeah, I think I actually found like an exact house or something very, very similar to this. Here we have the rooms. I think it's like 4 rooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms. Very, very just nice overall. Kind of like, you know, a basic modern style. Right here, we have the pool. Then we have these 2 seats right here. We have a little walkway, campfire right here. You can, you know, gather around with your friends. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what we could find, which is closest in real life. So right here we have it. This is an actual house. I'm not going to show the address, obviously, for like, you know, security or safety reasons, but it's an actual house in Windermere, Florida. So it does look very much like a Florida, you know, type of house. Right here we have a palm tree. I know it doesn't look exactly the same, but the driveway is basically identical, and the shape of it is very, very similar also. And right here scrolling, you know, the interior is very similar, exactly like the other one. Right here is the pool right there in the back, and the living room. I mean, you know, interior and architecture wise is very, very similar. Right here, I mean, only different things would kind of be like the chandeliers and stuff, but looks very, very similar. I mean, look at this. Looks exactly like it. Maybe like the outside not 100%, but I think a good 85%. Yeah, oh my god. Yo, the pool, honestly, bro, it's actually a similar shape to the actual one. It doesn't actually have a slide, but it's very similar to the one that we actually have in Java Empire. It doesn't have this gate, obviously, this little, like, you know, fencing around it. But yeah, I mean, very, very cool. More, I want to kind of see like the outdoor area, exterior. This is all the pictures of the exteriors. Dang, bro, this is clean. Yo, this even has a campfire like the actual one. Like, I think it has it near the TV. Look at this. Very, very similar. Kind of like the most similar thing I could find. I think the driveways will makes it super, super similar. But yeah, I mean, this looks amazing in the game and right here. This is absolutely sick. But yeah, let's now move on to the final house. All right, so for the last house, we're actually gonna spawn it in like in a medium plot, not like a super big one. And that house is the Stonehurst Villa, 4.2 million. Bro, they've really raised the prices of these because this used to be like 1.2 million. So inflation in Java Empire is very real. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this beforehand. I did not find like an exact replica of it because there's really not like an exact kind of, you know, house like this. I'm sure there is, but I just couldn't find it. But I did find something kind of similar. It's kind of like an inverted layout. Instead of like the garage being here, it's like on this side. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys that a little bit later. Right now, we could just scroll through here, see the interior. It's nothing too crazy. Definitely like a basic modern interior. Very, very nice. Nothing like crazy too big. We have a room inside here. No, we actually have a bathroom, sorry. We have another bedroom here, and then I think we might have the master bedroom right over here. Yep, this might be the master bedroom, I'm pretty sure. We have the window outside right here. We can go over here to the backyard. Nothing too crazy for the interior. We have a nice little pool, nice little seating area, nice, like, you know, little seating benches when you want to sit out by the pool. Right there, you can also, you know, sit down and stuff. Pretty cool. Not too crazy. Definitely, you know, like your basic modern house. But let's go ahead and see what's the closest thing that we could find online to this. And here's what I actually found for this. We could see right here, this is an actual house again. But look at this. It's definitely a little bit different, but we could see right here, it's very similar and kind of like the modern design. Look right here, we have the bed, we have the TV, and then right there, you can open up the door and stuff like that for your balcony. Look, the bathroom looks basically identical. Right here, we can see in the front, it's a very similar layout, but instead of the garage being right here, it's kind of like right here. It's kind of like the modern house type of thing. I'm gonna see if I can find anything else that's a little bit closer. I'm looking kind of online. There's kind of a mixture of different things. It kind of looks like this. Oh, it looks a lot like this, actually. It looks exactly like this now that I look at it. Oh, wait, I just found something. It looks exactly like this, with the garages on this side. Wait, this looks exactly like it. I just actually found it. That's actually crazy that we found it. It's actually in Naples, Florida, which is only like 30 minutes away from me. So this is kind of like another Florida house. That's actually crazy that we really just went ahead and found it, basically. And that's pretty much all the houses for this video, but we have a lot more. There's actually, you know, more smaller ones. For example, like the Delaney. I actually did go ahead and find like a replica for this. The Apollo, the Everett, There's so many more houses. I think there's also more in the medium side. Let me go ahead and, you know, see what the medium plot is like. But there is a lot more that's actually possible. Look, right here, medium plot. We could also do the penthouse. We could do the Tuckertown way. We could do the Richford barn. There is a lot that we can actually do. And let me know if you guys want me to make a part 2. Based on how this does, I'll see if I actually, you know, go ahead and do a part 2. But it kind of feels weird to say, but I do want to set like a like goal. If this video gets 150 likes, okay? I usually don't get 150 likes. So if this video gets 150 likes, I will do a part 2, all right? I actually do have some plans for the part 2. So if you guys really like this, hit 150 likes. Actually, I'll lower it like a little bit. I'll do like let's hit 135 likes. And yeah, let me know what was your favorite house that I went over in this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Have a good one, everybody, and bye.